eating healthy. And this is something we should do anyway, but even more so now that we're stuck indoors thanks to the virus. We might find ourselves snacking perhaps more than we normally do, and quite often on slightly unhealthier snacks. Just due to boredom, we normally eat more because there's nothing else to do. In terms of this, why don't you use that time to actually get back to the basics and cooking from scratch, doing some baking, something all the family can have fun doing, and you're making something slightly better for yourselves, knowing what ingredients you put into it, rather than all the extra stuff normally added into the processed food we buy in some of the supermarkets. In terms of healthy eating itself, a general plate, how it should look, if you divide it into sort of halves and then 2 quarters, into one half of the plate we should have your fruit and your vegetables, your salads, and then in a quarter of the plate we should have some sort of protein there, so that may come from your eggs, from your fish, your meat, or some of your legumbres, some of your beans or your chickpeas. And then a quarter of the plate should come from carbohydrates. So this might be your rice, your pasta, your bread, and then a little bit on top, some sort of teaspoon of virgin olive oil, or some nuts, or some sort of good fats in there. Avocados obviously good for that as well. In terms of that's just general plate how it should look. Now obviously it's not that every single plate's going to look like that, and of course we're going to have times we're going to have slightly unhealthier snacks now, and it's good to give ourselves a little treat now and again as well. Just making sure we're having a general balance between eating good, healthier food to the slightly naughtier snacks you may have normally. Again, so you might have heard the saying recently called real fooding. This is basically getting back to basics, trying to use items that have 2 or 3 or 4 ingredients in it, no more than that. Again, looking away from the processed foods and the refined foods, so that means your white sugars, your white flours. Try and go for more for your integral flours or your dark brown sugars. And yeah, basically using the time at home to pay attention to what it is you're eating. Try and eat slightly better. It's obviously good for giving energy to the brain, to the body. Helps with your mood as well, in terms of if you've had too much sugar, you might have a high spike in sugar and then quite a drastic drop off down and get a bit grumpy. And obviously in terms of hunger as well, you're making sure that if you're fueling your body, you're not getting those hunger pains, or in the dictionary the last couple of years, the word hangry, where you're angry for how hungry you are. And obviously filling yourselves with better nutrients means you perhaps haven't got to eat as much, because you're gaining exactly what you need from the better food. If you're eating lots of processed food, perhaps you may eat more of it because your body's still asking for those vitamins and minerals, but it's not getting it from the food you're giving it. So yeah, in this time of crisis, pay more attention to what we're eating, try and do our best. Obviously, every single day you're not going to be strict eating lettuce. Let's not go down those routes. A healthy diet, so the plate I mentioned, with half the plate full of vegetables, is a good start, and then take it from there.